Now.
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, it was off.
What a day for lacrosse! Welcome back to the Main Event Broadcasting Network here on the campus of Piedmont College here in Demarest, Georgia. I'm Mario D'Alessandro, joined today for the first time in the booth by one Nick Pope. Nick, how you doing today, buddy?
Pretty good. This angle, we'll just let y'all know real quick. We're behind the camera. We can see about as well as you can with that sunset going down. So as the sunset goes down, hopefully it'll get a little better here at Walker Athletic Complex. But it feels great. It feels great outside.
Yeah, it's actually warm down here in the bowl. As the nighttime goes on, we'll kind of update you. It may get a little cold. The boys' hands may get a little tight. Have to loosen up the laces because, things may get stuck in the pocket a little too much. But so far, it's a great day for lacrosse. What a day for lacrosse. And we have our second matchup of the USA South. Our third, rather, for the Piedmont College Lions. And they'll be facing the LaGrange Panthers today. LaGrange, kind of a mixed bag so far through the year. Piedmont coming in a clip of 2-4 right now. Their 2 wins have both come in USA South competition, but we do have some common opponents so far this year. The most recent, the Huntington Hawks, who Piedmont totally dismembered and dismantled 22-2. LaGrange actually came in and made it an 8-6 loss to Huntington. So you're thinking, okay, maybe we roll over the Panthers today. But the Barry game, which was early in the year, was 9-12, and you're thinking, okay, so this will be the real watermark because LaGrange loses to them by a very convincing score of, I believe it was 12-2 or something like that, Nick, if I have my notes right. It was 17-1. It was even more. Yeah. So you're thinking, okay, they have the dominating presence. They're going to roll through these guys. But then you look at the Birmingham Southern game, 13-10 was the loss for LaGrange, and Piedmont loses 13-7. So who knows what we're going to see here, Nick?
Yeah, and like we mentioned in pregame, it's all about showing up for every sport, tennis, basketball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse even. It's about showing up, so it's going to be what our attack can really provide. As we're on a 2-game win streak, only giving up 4 goals in the last 2 games, and in that we scored 48. So it's a 48-4 goal, I guess, differential in the last 2 games. So really depends on our offense is what I see today.
Yep. All right, so we're going to pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. All right, so going to come back with some starting lineups here for, we'll start with the LaGrange Lions, the LaGrange Panthers for the Piedmont Lions. The visitors from LaGrange, we're going to have the starting lineups going to be number 3, Josh Hill, number 6, Brennan Oates, number 9, Michael Poteet, number 12, Cairo Holland, number 15, Selassie Richardson, 21, Jackson Cruz. In goal is going to be number 27, Josh Hargrove. Number 31, Jack Bryan. 33, the leading scorer for the Panthers, Terrion Delgado. And number 36, Casey Gibson.
Yeah, and the usual attackmen will be Avery Jinks behind the goal for the Lions. Zach Chulada in the goal for the Lions as well. Number 40, Zach Chulada. 2, Riley Graham will be right in front of him, defender. And then you have Chase Goff, number 4, Brady Jinks, number 5, Jared Brock, number 6, number 9, Dylan Hampel, number 13, Ben Hanfland, number 38, Zach Schramm, number 42, Philip Waters to start for the Lions today.
Yep, so we're going to see kind of the keys to the last 2 games, which Piedmont kind of struggled with in the out-of-conference schedule where, like I said, they were playing tournament opponents, but they just weren't able to get the job done. The man-up was inconsistent. It was at a 1-16 clip. Since they've started the USA South, they have actually gone to a 50% mark on the man-up, so look for them to maintain that. The way you get to that is face-offs and ground balls. That's something that Piedmont struggled mightily with to all 4 of those out-of-conference opponents, but since coming back into the USA South, they have really dominated that category. So looking for that to begin here on the opening faceoff when Pannenbacker will face off against Jacob Jeffords, who's going to be the man for LaGrange.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Chris Pannenbacker, the sophomore?
Sophomore, yeah.
Yeah, sophomore, that's right. Sophomore coming in really did really well, as you mentioned, in his first season here as a freshman for the Lions. That season cut short, obviously, which is why they got that keeper back in Zach Chulada. And, that's a great sign, seeing him in goal for the Lions, as well as Brady Jinks up top.
Yep, basically the top 3 scorers right now for Piedmont, all the attackmen. It's going to be Avery Jenks, Chase Goff, Brady Jenks, 1, 4, and 5, respectively, in your program. So look for them to do a lot of damage up front. And then for LaGrange, you're going to see a lot of 33, 31 and 21, that's going to be Delgado, Bryan, and Cruz. Actually, the midfielders for LaGrange, so they are going to come a little bit from higher when they dodge, as opposed to Piedmont sometimes dodges from the X with Avery Jenks, or sometimes they're up top with Handful, or those really quick guys like Rogers and French. And here we are with the opening draw between LaGrange and Piedmont. The clamp is down, and Pannenbacker is going to lose this one. And instead, Flanagan's going to come in, lay the body a little bit, but that's going to be an obstruction. And that's going to go LaGrange's way. So the first one, Jeffords will get credit for that win there. Pannenbacker 0 for 1 so far. And it's going to be Delgado, the guy with ball. He's going to pass off to number 9. That's going to be Michael Poteet. And Poteet's going to swing it down to 21. That's Jackson Cruz. Cruz defended by Big Ben Hamflin on defense for the Lions. And that's Delgado. Can move on over to 15. That's Richardson. Richardson with Jonathan Bone, the short stick on him. Ball down below to 21. That's Cruz again. Cruz passing X. He's going to get it up to Delgado. Delgado throws it a little bit high, and now the ball is on the ground. And it looks like that will be an over and back call, so Piedmont will get the first defensive successful possession of the game, and they will try on the offense now. Going to start off in the presence of Brady Jenks over there, and Jenks will go down to his brother Avery, and that's a very rare thing to see is Avery Jenks not handle a pass. Not too bad from his brother Brady. It wasn't to his exact forehand, but that's normally a pass that you see Avery catch.
Yeah, brother's probably arguing whose fault that one was. You got to assume it. Either way, Lions back on defense.
And Delgado will be taking the ball down, and he'll interchange with Cruz. And he will give the ball that way, and then up to Sexton, and that ball is fumbled. So far, some sloppy play from both offenses, and the ball goes past him, but it was tipped that way. And that ball will be picked up there, and that's number 43 for Piedmont. Ball coming in to Avery Jenks, a shot in the goal! Oh no, that was a nice save there. I thought he actually had it through the legs of Hargrove, but a nice save by Hargrove. Now the ball's on the ground again, and we do have the ball back at Piedmont. Can't quite see who has the ball there on the right-hand side, but that is a nice check by Delgado there to win the ball back for Michael Poteet. And Poteet gets the ball back to Delgado. So a little bit of sloppy play here. Nobody ever really to gain long possessions here. Ball's been on the ground a little bit.
Yeah, I think one lone shot so far in this contest, as we're going to have another opportunity. This one, I think, went off the crossbar. Not sure. Either way, behind the goal.
Yeah, a little bit high. That shot by 21, Jackson Cruz. All right, LaGrange will take the ball in. This is going to be to the bottom right side of Zach Chilada, the super senior Boca goaltender. And that's going to be Poteet to the right-hand side, defended nicely by Jared Brock. And he'll get the ball up to 14.
Yeah, I believe the Panther there, Poteet, did stumble a little bit, might be injured.
Yeah, it looks like he's hobbling a little bit.
Not quite sure what that was. Hope the best for him. Don't like seeing anyone get hurt here.
Yeah, he's going to interchange there. That's going to be Fuller coming on. So the ball's going to go down. That's to Cruz right now. Cruz defended by Riley Graham. Avoids that pick real quick. Coming to the right side of the goal. A nice spin there by Cruz, but a better stick check by Graham. Oh, nope, they are going to call that a clench. And I thought they were going to get Graham for getting a little too much on the elbows. But I don't know what the call is. But either way, it's Piedmont's ball. And Graham's going to try and get up to Brock, and just not a clean pass so far. Piedmont not as sharp as they normally are to begin this game. Kind of the same thing with Huntington when they could not score for the first 9 minutes, and LaGrange will maintain possession again.
Yeah, sloppy play both sides. The only way you could really say it for both teams.
All right, the ball is going to be with Delgado.
Yeah, and again, we apologize for this substitution situation. The sun is very harsh, and we both forgot our sunglasses.
I'll be better. All right, so Fuller swinging around. This nice defense by Brock there. Ball goes all the way to Delgado, and he wants to interchange there with Jack Ryan. Delgado still with the ball, defended by Graves. And Fuller going to take it to the inside, trying to go to his right and unable to. And that's a nice defense there by Jared Brock, getting the stick in on the hands there. Piedmont looking for a ground ball, one of the keys today, and Jared Brock will pick that ball up, and he escapes through a sea of Panthers, but a nice check there by the end. And ball still on the ground there. See if Richardson can come up with it. And they're going to call a hold there on Graves, I believe. I believe he held Richardson there, as Richardson, I thought, was unable to get Brock, but just got the very knob of his stick as he was trying to escape and win the offensive possession for the Lions. Now Fuller has a little step. He wants to go with the left-handed shot, and that's going to be a goal for LaGrange. LaGrange, the underdogs coming in today, take a quick 1-0 lead on the sloppy and sleepy Piedmont Lions to this point, 1-0.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, that is all just sloppy play. Not great play either side so far. No real opportunity swinging it around the goal, creating real set plays for either team. Just sloppy midfield giveaways. Gives LaGrange the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, they haven't put together 2 or 3 passes. Piedmont has to at least get some touches and get some feel with the ball. Well, I would see if Pannenbacker, and he can. He's going to win his first draw of the day, so that's 1-1 for Pannenbacker, the win over Jeffords. Mac Flanagan was looking for a little space there in the middle of the box, but handful Alexa just pulled out. And Piedmont's going to, like I say, get a little possession here, use the 80, swing it around a little bit, and get some touches. And that's going to start in the presence of Avery Jenks down below. Piedmont's still trying to get their men on. That's going to be Fraley coming in here. And the ball worked around to Goff, and now eventually to Fraley. Fraley, the big sophomore, coming down the right. A nice swim move there. He's going to draw a slide, and he shoots, and a nice save there by Hargrove. That's 2 for the man so far, but a errant pass, and Chase Goff picks it up. Goff on the way back, and Waters will defer out to Hampel. Hampel to Waters, and Waters on over to Fraley. A fresh 80 for the Lions to work with here, down 1-0. 5:34 left to go in the first quarter. Phil Waters coming to his left. Waters gives it over to Goff. He's got space. He rips. He fires. And a save again. Goff normally can really rip it. Elected for the bounce shot that time. And LaGrange is going to get possession again. And they are out towards midfield. Almost pressured there by the midfielder, but unable to. And a nice spin move on Flanagan. But he was able to recover nicely and get in front of his man. Now the ball is going to work all the way up to, that's Delgado again. So Delgado coming down. He's going to switch with Cruz. Delgado finding a man in the slot, and a shot, and another goal. Not the hardest shot I've ever seen. I think it took Chilada by surprise when Delgado threw it over to, I believe it was Cruz in the middle of the box. And Piedmont so far has not woken up. I cannot understand what's going on to this point with the Lions. Some sloppy offensive zone possessions, not great looks at the Goff, except for that Goff shot last time. And the Lions falling behind 0-2. Let's see if Pannenbacker can get this draw and get the Lions back on track here. The new face-off rules, the stand-up face-off, and Pannenbacker's able to win that. He's 2-1 on the day. And he's got the ball down to Brady Jenks there. Brady looking for his brother behind the net, and we'll go that way to Avery. And there it is again, a turnover. It may be the sun, as I was just alluded to. Avery, a very sure-handed attackman. We don't see this often, so it's got to be a little bit of that glare. And it's going to be another about quarter and a half before that glare goes away. So see if Piedmont can capitalize once that glare goes down. By the way, LaGrange has the ball right now, and that's Josh Hill coming down the lane, and Delgado is going to take the ball on offense while LaGrange changes their personnel. LaGrange's head coach, actually, Brandon Sewell, played with Coleman Reagan, his assistant coach, both at Huntington College, and actually played against Ryan McKay, the offensive coach for Piedmont, while McKay was at Millsaps. This 2-year-old program so far 2-0 on the Lions, and there's a save by Chilada on a shot by number 16. I keep losing that. Isaac Fuller. All right, the ball's going to go in from out of bounds here. It'll be Delgado behind the net. Looking to interchange with Cairo Holland, and then goes up top. Ball swung all the way over because it's on Canto. That's a nice dodge move. Passes the slot, but unable to collect, and Mason Graves will get the ball. The long stick midfielder is getting chased by the back and is able to elude the stick check there and is able to get the ball in the offensive zone. Graves coming to the slot. He's going to have a shot. He scores! That's the way you get back into the game for the Lions. Going coast to coast. 34, Mason Graves. Exactly what the doctor ordered, and the Lions cut the lead in half. Mason Graves, to quote a little hockey reference, doing a little Bobby Orr impression there. Made a nice stick check on the ball that was in the slot there. I believe it was either Fuller or Holland that had the ball for the Lions in there, and Graves was able to create a ground ball, get it himself, and create the spark that the Lions may need. Let's see if they can continue to roll here.
Yeah, about 7.5 left, 7:20 to be exact in this first quarter. Lions really still unable to have real offense. Mason Graves decided he'd do it by himself. As the Lions win again on this face-off.
Pannenbacker starting to heat up in the circle, 3-1. This is the number one face-off man from the USA South last year, who had a little slow start but has really figured out this new face-off style and is looking good here through USA South competition. I think he's at something like 90% in the circle right now, and that's what you need to win right there. So the ball is going to come down to Mikey Anderson. He's got his defender way in there. He shoves, he shoots, he scores! Mikey Anderson, get off me, little man. I do legs in the gym. 2-2, Piedmont, just like that. Clawing back to the Panthers. Mikey Anderson, woo! That thing had more zip on it than the world's biggest pants when that left his stick. This is what we're expecting to see. Piedmont starting to dominate a little bit here. Able to claw back into this game and really impose their depth and their strength, which is the offense to them. And let's see if Pannenbacker can continue his domination in the circle. He's got the clamp down. He wins it back to Mac Flanagan. And Flanagan's able to pick up that ground ball. Flanagan, the freshman, going to settle it down and get it to Dylan Hampel. Hampel, the man with the red head on his stick. Most people go with the white, but Hampel, stylish man. That's a little color. Now the ball is going to go back to Jacob Walker. Another line on here. It looks like Walker, the last goal scorer, Mikey Anderson there. And then Billy French on the other side, getting his first touches. I'm sorry, that's Conor Rogers has the ball. Rogers going left, spins back right, able to get it to Avery Jenks, who pops out to the top of the box here. And Avery going to go to his house, which is behind the cage, and he's actually going to be defended by Delgado, the leading scorer for LaGrange. Avery looking to juke him out. Delgado, a nice job to stay in front of him. Avery draws the slide to see if he can get the ball off. Avery actually doing it all himself. He gets it off over to Rogers. Rogers a shot. and slipped on the release. And that ball will be on the ground and picked up by LaGrange, and that ball is going to go up all the way to Delgado. Delgado coming through the middle. Jacob Walker unable to get the ball off of him. Ball goes to the middle. Hanflin steps, and there is just a missed pass there by Cruz. It was a nice setup by LaGrange. Good passing there. And they're going to take a timeout. That was a dangerous possession there as Jackson Cruz dodged, had Zach Schramm beat. So then Ben Hanflin had to slide to him, and he dipped it off to Kyra Holland, but it was just a little high. Unable to get that goal. Would be LaGrange to go back up 3-2. But anyways, we will take a timeout here. LaGrange calls with 5:32 left to go in the first period. Your scores all knotted at 2 here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network.
Hello and welcome back to Walker Athletic Complex. Nick Pope here, doing the color guide. Not much color opportunities in a lacrosse game, as it is just live and fast-paced all the time. I'm used to some women's lacrosse, so I'm letting Mario handle the men's lacrosse for the most part, but I'll include my insight here and then.
In all actuality, Nick, I'm Italian, so I just don't shut up.
But see, that's why I said Mario. I didn't even attempt the last name.
D'Alessandro. All right, we're back with action here now. LaGrange going to have the ball behind the cage. That's going to be Cruz. And the ball came out front, and that's a shot saved by Chilada. Shot clock will reset. Let's see about the ground ball. Ball's in the crease, and Chilada was able to get the ball, but there was a crease violation before that. Chilada always has a good outlet pass and usually finds his trusty soldier there, Jonathan Bone. Bone, the defensive midfielder, gets it up to Hampel. Hampel is going to hold. Avery Jenks smartly tells him to settle the play down as they didn't quite have numbers. Avery, the wily veteran, going to be behind a nice spin move there. Looking to come out from behind the cage. But he's going to call a ward on Avery. A little bit getting that left arm extended. Not much there, but it is called by the referee. And Hargrove looking to find somebody, and he will in the presence of defender there. And he gets it on up to Delgado. Delgado playing a big role here on both ends of the field so far. And with a little bit of a shortened bench compared to the Piedmont bench, let's wonder if that does take effect on the young man's lungs towards the end of this game. That ball's going to come down to Cruz. Cruz behind net, defended by Riley Graham, and gets it on up to Fuller. Fuller up to Delgado, but an errant pass, and that is going to be picked up by Drew Bennett. Bennett can come to the attacking zone. They may have numbers. It's a 4-on-3. Bennett down Main Street. He winds, he fires, he scores! Drew Bennett from his own zone. That's twice thus far the Lions have scored from their own defensive zone to the attacking half. And Drew Bennett pulls the Lions in front 3-2. Bennett, normally a defensive midfielder, not known for his scoring ability, but gets a nice break there and makes no mistake, deposits. And that's twice thus far the bounce pass has worked. Bennett depositing there.
Yeah, Drew Bennett, the freshman from Buford, Georgia, getting in on the attack there. Really, Mason Graves and Bennett, both of those goals are almost exact mirrors as the Lions just pick it up on their defensive end, carry it over with numbers, go straight at the net and force the keeper to make a save, and unable to was the Panthers keeper.
All right, we're back, and we got Pannenbacker with another win. Let's see if he can find one of his wingers. He stumbles a little bit, and it looks like, yep, that'll be a holding, and Pannenbacker wins his 5th, and now we see a flag come down. I think it's going to be on the Piedmont bench.
No, I believe Pannenbacker gave a little shove afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Then the Panthers midfielder, yeah, he sits down.
Oh, okay, so Jeffords.
That little retaliation is what that would be called.
Yep, they'll always catch a retaliation. They'll never catch that first one. I didn't see the shove, but my color analyst Nick Pope did, and they're always going to catch that second man. So Jeffords, caught with his hand in the cookie jar, will go will send Piedmont to the man-up advantage. They've been 2-4 here in USA South play after struggling on a 1-16 clip in the first 4 games of the year. So let's see if they can continue this very strong man-up play. And it's going to be Waters is going to start with the ball. He'll step up by the left ear of the Lion head here at Walker Athletic Complex. He's going to get it down to Hampel, swing it around to Fraley, back all the way up to Waters. Waters to Goff, back to Waters. Waters going to shoot. He does it. He scores! Phil Waters! Another laser beam to the top corners, right over the stick of Hargrove, and Piedmont doubles their lead. It is 4-2 Lions. Wonderful shot from Waters. I really thought coming into the year that nobody was going to even top Chase Goff for the hardest shot on the team, but Phil Waters over these past 2 games has really let some bombs go, and he puts it into the top corner, and Piedmont goes up by 2. This make-it-take-it advantage has been working for the Lions so far because of Pannenbacker. He's 6-1 in the circle so far. Let's see if he can increase his lead to 7-1.
Yeah, Philip Waters, that's his 7th goal on the season. The assist was credited to Chase Goff.
And it looks like Jeffords had an obstruction, so by default, Piedmont will get the ball again, and here they come, galloping down the field in the presence of Avery Jenks. Going to get it behind in his office, behind the cage. Jenks coming on to the right. Does not draw a slide, so he's going to shoot, and he goes just a little wide. His brother Brady chasing behind. Nice hustle.
No reset on the shot clock there. Still 65 on it for the Lions, so no real pressure.
Yep. Ball's up top now. We got the Fraley Rogers and Billy French line, and Fraley with a nice dodge there. Oh, that was Mikey Anderson. He gets it back to Avery Jenks. Ball's into Billy French, and he just can't handle the mail, but the ball's up in the air, and it looks like that is going to be picked up by, that's going to be LaGrange. With a slew of lines around, Avery Jenks trying to lay a check, but is unable to. And a nice little swim move there by 23. That's going to be Jaleel Daniels. Daniels still with the ball, pressured by Rogers, and is able to get the ball free. Zach Schramm doesn't see it, but now he does. Trying a little move, but the ball's way up in the air. Cruz can't find it. Nope, it's a hot potato right now going around. Nobody can seem to claim possession of the ball. And something you always want to see is when you go to pick a ground ball up, don't kind of go in and take a step back. You really want to drive down through that ground ball, and that front foot should almost be like a lunge to get the ground ball. Otherwise, you see what happens there. The ball just keeps going around like a pinball. Delgado off to the left-hand side. A nice slide there by Billy French. And now a save by Chilada. Chilada kind of caught off goal there. Cruz going to give it to Delgado. He dodges, he shoots, and a save by the big man from Boca, Zach Chilada. And Riley Graham chased on the play. That ball did not go out of bounds. Graham is pushed out, and they're going to call looks like they're going to call a push there on LaGrange. So Piedmont will go back on the man-up opportunity where they are 1-1 thus far.
Yeah, Riley Graham doing all that work in that far corner. Able to win himself, I guess the flag you could say.
Yeah,
gives him a man-up opportunity after a big save out of Chulada. Really took it off his chest. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, Mario, you could not pay me to do what Chulada does back there. Absolutely not.
Hey, he likes it so much he came back for a 5th year. Goalies, man. Special breed.
Yeah, well, even the women's. Do the women's lacrosse like we mentioned. Kellyanne Schlosser takes them as we have another shot opportunity, this time by Brady Jinks, and that one finds the back of the net as well. That's a quick power play, you could say.
Yeah, the man-up opportunity cashes in for the Lions again. Brady Jenks on a nice feed from Chase Goff, and the Lions appear to be off and running now as they lead 5-2 with 1:56 left to go in the first.
Yeah, and interesting to see how the Panthers will be able to respond to this, as it is 5-2 in this first quarter.
Do you have an extra chair up there?
Face-off guy again, Pannenbacker in there. I believe going to get a whistle. He's going to get the call against him this time.
Yeah, sometimes I think he got it caught in the back of his webbing. You got to get it out quick, otherwise it's called a hold or a clamp. Something like that. I think it's a clamp. I never could understand that rule, but Pannenbacker gets whistle. So LaGrange going to take the ball, and Screw's going to go up to Delgado. And he's going to find Poteet there in the middle. Poteet going to his right, stutter steps a little bit. Unable to get much room there. Nice defense by the Piedmont defender. I think that's Drew Bennett. That is. And the ball worked around to Delgado from Brian. Brian tried to set a pick, but Delgado goes around it. Flanagan, nice job to recover. And the ball goes all the way over, and they're going to have a shot there and just wide by Poteet. The chase was on there by Jackson Cruz, who's going to take the ball from behind the goal. Cruz with a nice swim move by Riley Graham, but a good job to stay with him. And Cruz goes up top to Poteet, number 9. Poteet on Bennett, looking to go left. He does. Poteet can have a shot from way out there, and that's going to be cake for Chilada. He's going to see that like a beach ball any day. The reigning USA South goaltender of the year, and a nice stick check there by the Panthers tracking back there. And that's going to be Cruz with the ball back to Delgado. Nice hustle from LaGrange there to get on that loose ball, which I think it was Bennett that brought the ball up the middle, but I couldn't be sure. And that's going to be Richardson off the left-hand side. Richardson with a stutter step. He's going to come in, shoot, bounce shot, and Chilada watches it go wide of the cage.
Yeah, again, no reset on the shot clock. 58 for anyone paying attention to the shot clock for the Panthers. 56 now left as they bring it back around up top.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be Cruz up top, looking to switch with Poteet. Cruz taking himself a nice little bump there by Zach Schramm. Way to knock him off course there. And a nice interception there by the Lions. They have the ball coming upfield, and that's going to be Connor Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald dumps it off to Brady Mcguire. We're going over to Hample. He shoots. He scores! Beautiful work up and down the field from the Lions. Roar Pride, baby. That is Dylan Hample on a feed by Brady Mcguire. All set up by number 41, Connor Fitzgerald with the interception. End-to-end play from your Lions as they go up by 4. 6.2 left on the clock there, Nick. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, great unselfish play in the front as well.
Yeah, Brady Mcguire, the freshman, getting his first touch of the game, has the wherewithal to not take that, even though he had the defender kind of caught in the middle, dishes it off because he saw the goalie slide over, and he's able to get it to Hample, who just deposits into the goal, and these last 6 seconds should be a wash. And there will not be a shot as the Lions start a little sleepy, maybe a little sun in their eyes to begin, but they end the half on a 6-0 run to lead LaGrange 6-2 at the end of the first quarter. And as both teams will huddle up in preparation for the second quarter, we'll be back here for Nick Pope and Mario Delisandro on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. All right, welcome back to Piedmont College. This USA South competition between LaGrange and the Piedmont Lions. So far to bring you up to speed, 6-2 after one quarter of play. Piedmont going down early 2-0 to LaGrange, who had a hot start, and 6 then Piedmont rattling off 6 straight goals. And here we go with the start of the second quarter. Pannenbacker going to go against the long pole now, and that's going to be Josh Hill, but he still wins. Pannenbacker has a little bit of a break. He wants a bounce shot and just high. A nice save there by Hargrove, who followed that ball all the way in. And now Piedmont's going to use a little bit of their depth now. We're going to see Ian Parr, Brady Mcguire in the game, and they're going to flank Avery Jenks down low. And Parr with the ball. Going to go up to Chase Goff. And Phil Waters going to come into the game, go immediately to the middle of the box here. And the ball's going to go to Jared Brock, who looks to dodge immediately. Brock come with a head of steam. He shoots, and a nice save there by Hargrove. Jared Brock with a head of steam coming right off the bench, but a nice way to track that ball and stick side by Hargrove. And it looks like Delgado's going to get the ball to start it for the Panthers. Pressured there by Waters, but now he's going to interchange, and that's going to go to Holland now coming off the bench here. I'm sorry, that is Fuller. Fuller back to Delgado. Back to Fuller. Fuller looking to go left on Brock, but able to stay with him. Delgado going to take a sharp angle shot and just goes wide of goaltender Chilada. Cruz on the chase. Cruz still has the ball behind the gauge at X, defended by Riley Graham, the long stick, the long pole defender. And ball's up top to Fuller now. And the ball's going to be on the ground. Let's see if Jonathan Bone can win it. He's unable to, and that's picked up by 16, Michael St. John. St. John tries to stutter step on Bone. Not to be had. Tries to throw it through the middle, and somehow it gets all the way over to Fuller. Fuller with 14 on the shot clock. Number 14 is going to come through, shoot just high. That's not going to reset it. We got 9 seconds on the shot clock as Cruz is going to take it behind the cage. Cruz defended by Riley Graham, going to come out on his right-hand side. Graham doesn't let him roll back, and a nice stick check there and a very weak shot that was aided by Riley Graham. A nice defensive play, and Chilada gobbles that up easily and fakes out Cruz there as the big man's going to bring it up. And the big man from Boca finds Jonathan Bone. A bunch of B's so far for PC. And the ball works all the way down to Avery Jenks. And Jenks going to come out. He's going to shoot. And a nice save there by Hargrove. He's finding his rhythm right now. It's a nice shot there. Off stick side by Avery Jenks.
Yeah, that's his 6th save of the contest for Hargrove, who has the ball again in the back. Now he's going to do a Zach Tulada impression, but cannot find his midfielder as this one's bobbling around in that midfield area.
And that's going to be Ben Hanflin up with the ball. This sure-handed junior defender gets it up to Ian Parr. The freshman down to Avery Jenks. They have numbers Brady Mcguire over on the right-hand side. And an easy deposit into the bottom of the cage. Lions go up 7-2 thanks to Brady Mcguire. This is more like the Lions team we thought we'd see the whole way through. A little sleepy start, but this team has so much of offensive potential and such senior leadership and stalwart on the back end. They're able to overcome some of these slow starts, so it's good when you have such talent on a team.
Yeah, the offensive, it just turns on instantly. The second we win the ball in the midfield, it's an instant break, instant counter opportunity, basically, on that counterattack, as Pannenbacker wins himself another face-off.
Pannenbacker was dominating Jeffords, and now he's dominating Hill so far. 2-0 on the defensive midfielder. Typically, when you know you're beat against a face-off, man, you put a long pole on him to try and slow him down, but no such action has happened so far because Pannenbacker has been hot on these draws, and they've gotten great offensive possessions off of it. And now Billy French is going to take the ball back here. Looks like French will be joined by, I believe that's Rogers. Yep, and Rogers on over to Mikey Anderson. I'm sorry, that's Fraley. Fraley going to come to the middle. No, it is Anderson. He's going to dodge. He shoots, and he scores! Mikey Anderson having himself a game so far. His second Gino of the game. And he gets a little snapshot from Billy French, the man that gave him the ball, and the Lions go up by 6, 11:44 left in the second. These kids are having fun now, eh, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely fun. The morale, you can tell. It's so much different than that first 5-6 minutes when we were down 2-0. Instantly responded. Now it's 8 unanswered. And it's all starting right here in this center circle with Pannenbacker.
Yep.
Panthers have no offensive opportunities, and that's even a testament to 6 saves by Hargrove. You don't want that many saves because you don't want that many shots coming towards your keeper.
Yep. It seems like since it was 2-0 LaGrange, it's basically been Autobots roll out. The Lions came out of their little shell that they were in, and they are rolling right now. A little Transformers reference for you out there.
Well done.
All right, so it looks like LaGrange is going to take it in. It's going to be Poteet there. Poteet's going to go on Conor Fitzgerald. Off to the left of Chilada here. Ball's going to get worked around to Delgado. Delgado, 7 goals and 1 assist on the year, the leading point scorer for these LaGrange Panthers. And the ball's going to be worked down there. Nice defense there by Fitzgerald as he was able to stick with, that was Cruz, I believe. And Riley Graham doing a good job there. And a shot and a save by Chilada. That ball was going wide, but a good job by the senior goaltender to snag that and win possession there for the Lions. Oh, Chilada, dangerous play there as Cruz is on him, and Cruz is going to be able to get the ball. Chilada looks to get that ball up, and now he's going to Riley Graham. Little tense moments there from the big man from Boca.
He's so relaxed, though. He is. Always. Always chill, but always hyped off a pre-workout or something, because that man provides some energy.
Yes, he does. And there's going to be a procedure on Piedmont. They had too many guys over the midfield and didn't have enough on the defensive side. So LaGrange will get the ball off of this restart. It's going to be Delgado off to the right-hand side of the cage. It's going to slow down and wait for personnel to align. Delgado defended by Mason Graves. And the pass is going to be up and a nice and a nice check there by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's got the ball coming on up. Oh, Fitzgerald trying to find Parr, but Parr was just going too far in front. We're going to have a flag down now. It looks like that penalty will go on LaGrange. It's going to be a slashing call. So Piedmont, 2 for 2 thus far on the man-up advantage, will go for a third opportunity here.
Yeah, and those first 2 man-up plays, they answered so fast. Let's see how quick the Lions can turn this into an offensive opportunity or even a goal to just end the power play right there.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like Hampel's going to take the ball off the left-hand side, getting some direction from head coach Tim Dutton in his 6th year and Ryan McKay, the offensive coach, his 4th year out of Millsaps. Ball's going to be worked all the way over to Hampel. Hampel up top to Waters. Waters over to Goff. Goff looking to shoot, and a nice save there by Hargrove. He's had to do a lot here in this second. A nice save off stick side there. Avery Jenks from behind the cage. He's going to get it out to Waters. Waters shoots, and there is that rocket ship going off to Mars again. Phil Waters with a laser to the top corner where Mama hides the peanut butter. Phil Waters extending the Lions' lead by 7.
These references, you got me. You got me with these references there, Mario.
Didn't your mom ever hide stuff on the top? Maybe she had some candy up there.
Oh, yeah. Fortunately for me, I'm about a 6'1", 6'2" frame, so I was the tallest, so when stuff got hidden from my brothers, they would come to me and ask me to get it.
Well, Waters would have still shot at top corner where you couldn't find it.
Oh, absolutely.
This kid can rip the ball. All right, let's see if Pannenbacker can keep his domination circle. Only lost 1 faceoff so far, and he continues his strong performance. Pannenbacker going to take it himself, and a bounce shot saved by Hargrove. Pannenbacker absolutely sizzling in the circle today. He has only lost, like I said, 1 faceoff, and he's had a couple opportunities on the offensive end. Would love to see the sophomore faceoff man cash in on one of these. All right, but LaGrange has the ball, and it's going to come over to Delgado. And we're going to have a shot clock reset as it did not go off, still on 80 seconds. LaGrange only a 2-year-old program so far. They only have 1 junior on the team, the rest sophomores and freshmen, and one such is Delgado right now, a sophomore midfielder. He's going to pass it off to Jack Bryan. Bryan on over to Richardson. Richardson, a nice spin move and a shot on Chilada, and a save by Chilada. Been saying that a lot lately, and picks up the ground ball. He's got to be nearing the program lead in ground balls with all the ones he's picked up here today, as well as accumulated over the course of his time here. And Chilada, nice outlet there to Drew Bennett. And Bennett going to swing it on down to Brady Jenks to his brother Avery. Avery going to dipsy-do behind the net, a nice spin move. And he's looking for Brady, who's kind of just hanging out there, but that's going to be a penalty on LaGrange. And it looks like we're going to have too many men on LaGrange, I believe, if I heard that correctly.
Yeah, that's what I think we heard. That's one of the benefits. Fans are allowed the new spectator policy. If you are a family member, you are invited. And with this team being as big as it is, you can look up in the crowd and see a lot of family, friends, and school personnel here when we'd love to have you here. But like I was mentioning, one of the benefits of no fans really like close to us here in the booth is we can hear the referees once in a while if they're loud enough.
All right, Piedmont 3 for 3 so far in the man up is going to go on another possession here, and a shot by Waters. I don't blame him taking it from out there. He can absolutely tag that ball if he wants to, and just goes about 5-6 inches above the cage. It looks like we're going to have Mikey Anderson from behind the cage. Anderson, I believe, with a goal already today, maybe 2. Anderson can go out to Hampel, out to Waters. Waters over to Goff. Goff down to the back door, and Anderson unable to just corral and shoot, and I think he might have stepped in the crease. He was. That was almost a really nice play back door. Nick just wasn't able to get the handle and come down outside of the crease.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Mikey Anderson does have 2 goals on the contest on his 2 shots.
All right, ball's going to be on the bow, and that's Graves. Checked a little bit from behind, and I think they will call that a push. And it looks like we have some procedure issues, and now we will begin play here as the ball is going to come down to Hampel and down to Avery Jenks.
Whistles from everywhere. Not sure if the referees are on the same page either. So we have a handful of substitutions coming in and everyone resetting. This ball gets slightly stripped, now thrown all the way towards the softball field.
And that was a beautiful play by Avery Jenks as he got on the hands just as Hill was looking to throw that ball over and unable to connect because of the play of Avery Jenks. Nice trail check there by Avery. Avery coming around the goal now. He's going to give it out in front to his brother Brady. Brady behind the net. And Brady's going to come up top to Hampel. Hampel's going to wait for Josh Fraley to come on, and it looks like Jacob Walker's going to scoot on over as well. And Walker is going to get the ball here.
Yeah, Rogers as well just got into the offensive end.
And he will head down to right in front of the cage. And that's going to be Fraley on the dodge. Fraley finds Rogers right in the middle, and a shot and a score! That's a double digits there for Piedmont as they grab the 10th goal of the game. That's number 7, Conor Rogers, on a nice feed by Josh Fraley. Piedmont up by 8 and rolling.
Yeah, this is really what we were expecting. We talked a little pregame. We were expecting this based on how the Lions were rolling and rolling through opponents. The last 2 absolutely destroyed. Gave up a couple goals early, but absolutely answered since then. Anyone with an opportunity is putting it on a line and absolutely tearing the net apart.
They are. There have been a couple really hard shots today. It's beautiful to see when everybody can get their looks, get some open shots, and really cash in. And speaking of cashing in, Chris Pannenbacker, I've lost count of how many he's won. I know he's only lost 1, though. Great in the circle today from the sophomore faceoff man. As Piedmont wins another possession for Avery Jenks down below, and he fakes out Hill once, not twice. And a shot, and oh my God, scores from an incredible angle. How did Avery Jenks fit that in? There might have been a sliver of paper there between the ball, the cage, and Hargrove's leg, but somehow Avery bounces it in from the short side. Piedmont goes up 9. Holy smokes, this kid's got more talent on his pinky than I do in my entire body. Avery Jenks, woo! I'm out of breath.
I got nothing. I was just leaving it for you. I had nothing.
I turned around to look, and you were just stunned.
Yeah, I was just stunned, like literally lost for words, and it's not great when you're a broadcaster.
Oh, boy. There just was no room, and Avery finds a way. And a nice face-off there by Pannenbacker, a nice clamp down, able to win it over to Bennett. Bennett looking to go to Hampel. Hampel a shot, and a nice job by Brady Jenks, tracking that ball off of the deflection. Brady going to go behind to his brother Avery. Avery with a very nice spin move, and it looks like he does step in the crease. One too many spin moves from the Whirling Dervish there. Just unable to keep that left flipper out of the crease there as Avery almost created separation. And there's a nice interception by Brady Jenks. He's going to give it to Hampel. And Hampel's going to settle down. Now he's going to find Jonathan Bone. The defensive midfielder shoots, and he scores! Jonathan Bone with his first of the year, an assist from Dylan Hampel. The Lions are absolutely stampeding the Panthers right now. Goals, more goals, and then goals!
Yeah. Goals. 6.5 here, and it's just falling apart.
Holy heck. I have never seen Piedmont put on this type of work. I know they scored like 27 against, I believe, who was it, Brevard 2 games ago, but gosh Lord, I don't remember them just piling on this quick and being this opportunistic. That sun going down really was the answer, huh, Nick?
Yes, that sun.
Yeah.
Son, here's another Transformers reference here. Last one, Pannenbacker just tossed it behind him. This time he's going to go through his legs. You can call that a Decepticon, as you don't know what's coming at you.
2 for 2, baby.
We also had a flag thrown there.
It looks like it's going to be trip on LaGrange, so delayed penalty call here. So as soon as LaGrange touches the ball, it will be a Piedmont man up, which I believe they are either 3 for 4 or 4 for 5. And Avery Jenks was able to come out from behind the cage. But a nice check there. That was a good move on the long pole. I believe that was Casey Gibson. Had the nice stick check on Jenks. He had a step on him there, but anywho, it's going to be a man up for Piedmont. And it looks like the personnel they're going to roll up with is Waters, Goff, and Hampel for the midfielders. And then we're going to have, looks like Mikey Anderson, Avery Jenks, and then Brady Jenks going to park his rear right in front of the cage there. All right, ball's going to start down with Jenks, who's going to go up to Goff. Goff over to Waters, over to Hampel. Hampel to Anderson, back to Hampel. Looking to Waters. He can shoot from there. Instead, he goes to Goff. Goff back all the way across to Hampel. Down to Mike Anderson. Anderson shoots, and a nice save there by Hargrove. Good job working it around by the lines. And let's see if they can get this ground ball here. It looks like Avery will be able to pick that up. Gets nice and low, but he may have been out of, oh no, calls a timeout. Very smart call there by Tim Dutton as he noticed Avery Jenks was about to get pushed out on that play. And he gets a timeout for the Lions, who will still maintain the man up with a fresh shot clock to have. You want to take any play-by-play in the second, maybe? All right, welcome back to the Main Event Broadcasting Network. I'm Mario Delisandro alongside of Nick Pope. And Piedmont starting with the man-up possession. Avery Jenks going to come over to Phil Waters. Same line on there for the Lions. Going to go all the way up top to Brady Jenks, and that will end the man-up possession with Piedmont not scoring, which is something we haven't said much today.
Yeah, that was just a 30-second one. I did find it here. Little 30-second extra man opportunity. Have a big collision there in the middle. Brady Jenks comes out with the ball on top. Now finds Avery Jenks, the younger brother. Now it's up top, and a shot and a save.
Well, nice shot there by Waters. Trying to go low this time. He's been finding success up high, but Hargrove able to close the wickets, but unable to find his man in the middle, and that's going to be Waters with the ball. Lions have a man back door. That's Avery Jenks. He dodges. He fires. Oh, my God. He went between the legs, but Big Ben struck one on the post. Avery Jenks trying to find a little Sports Center top 10, and now he's pressuring Hargrove, who does a nice job to elude him and finds 36, Casey Gibson on the right side, and goes all the way across. I believe that is Hill. He's going to find Delgado up here. And now a little bit of possession for LaGrange, who has seemed to be on defense most of this quarter. So let's see if they can create another little possession. The ball's on the ground again. And it's hard out muscle. Ben Hanflin is able to kick it up to Riley Graham. And Graham gives it up to Waters. Phil Waters with a little bit of real estate as he's going to take it, what's given to him, over to Avery Jenks. Jenks going to find Brady Mcguire. Thought about it, but then pulls out. And Mac Flanagan's going to change. And that's why Mcguire does switch. The long pole midfielder is going to welcome Chase Goff on. Goff going to trot out there while he welcomes on Jared Brock from the bench. And Brock, the junior midfielder, is going to slide it on down to Brady Jenks. Down to his brother Avery, looks over to McGuire, but instead goes back to his brother Brady. All the way up top to Brock, and now to Goff. Probably going to look to dodge with Brock, and such is going to happen. Brock going left. He has a step, draws the slide. Unable to find that man, but now he does. Avery down below. Avery Jenks on up top to chase Goff. And Goff holds. He's going to dodge a little bit. Goff going to go lefty, bounce shot, and it's going to end up in the pocket of Avery Jenks. Jenks, a nice pass to Jared Brock, who's able to, just throws it a little high. I think that was aided by a little stick check there by Josh Hill. A nice play by him. And I believe Casey Gibson as well that altered that shot by Brock. And he ended up landing in the crease, so that means LaGrange will take hold, and it'll be the presence of Josh Hill taking the ball out for the Panthers. Ball's going to go to Hargrave, who's going to try a long feed all the way up, and that's going to be completed there to Fuller. Fuller's got a little bit of room to range, but room to roam. But instead, he pulls it out, and he's going to settle it down as it goes to Delgado. Delgado, a nice tick check there by Zach Schramm to alter that pass. And Schramm looking to get the ground ball. And that's going to come up to Fuller. Fuller down low to Cruz.
Yeah, they're going to deem that no possession for the Lions. So, again, no reset on that shot clock.
Yep.
As the Panthers are now sitting with 39, an errant pass.
And that's going to be an over and back call. And Brady Mcguire will take the ball. Let's see if he can capitalize, and he's going to pull it out instead. And he tries to go up there to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald comes down behind to Avery Jenks, not afraid to capitalize on a little bit of run and gun action here. Avery, tried to find him, and that should be a push there. And it will be Gibson going to get called on a push. So just Piedmont possession there, no foul called. And the luscious locks Ian Parr is going to take the ball out. Parr, the freshman from St. John's, Florida, has the ball all the way up and around now to Billy French, the cameraman on one of Mikey Anderson's goal today. And speaking of, Anderson's going to take the ball. Anderson going to the right, pulls out this time. A nice slide there by LaGrange to close the room on Anderson. Rogers is going to go a low to high shot, and Big Ben struck two behind Hargrave. A nice dodge there by Conor Rogers. A little shimmy shake going low to high, very tough to track.
Yeah, 2 minutes left in this second quarter. The Lions can take almost this entire time as they have 70 on the shot clock.
Mm-hmm. Avery Jenks looking to find Parr. I think it accidentally goes to Billy French. Tried to swim move. Ball's up in the air. Rogers has it now. Goes down low to Brady Mcguire. Mcguire, nice pass. Ian Parr, thought about shooting instead. Tried to dodge a little bit. But now he shoots and goes right into the gut of Hargrave. A nice job by the man sliding over to the off-stick side shot by Ian Parr. Hargrave going to look to outlet. And that ball's going to be deflected. Parr's going to get it again on deflection from Avery Jenks. Give it to Jenks. Over to Mcguire. He shoots behind the back and just can't find the cage.
They're beginning to get a little cheeky here.
They are. Tim Dunn didn't look like he appreciated that from the freshman either. A little too cute. Mcguire and Avery Jenks have been trying to go between the legs so far.
Yeah, minute 20 on this clock.
Yep,
LaGrange. Panthers have to do something quick if they're going to create an opportunity going into half.
Yeah, at least a feel-good story. You want to go down to the half, at least keeping it close, but when you're down 11, or down 10, maybe make it down only single digits. Seems a little more attainable. In lacrosse, that is not too far-fetched of a lead, 9 goals, except for when you're playing this Piedmont College lacrosse defense. But timeout going to be called by LaGrange. 57.9 left to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, if you were wondering, you joined in the broadcast a little late. You were wondering where all these goals are coming in this first half for the Lions. Anderson has 2, Waters has 2, Vaughn has 1, Hampel has 1, Rogers has 1, and Jenks has 1. So that's the older Jenks, Brady Jenks. So really the attackman in Avery Jenks. All right, actually, too many. I can't keep up with all of them. Avery Jenks has a goal as well. So what I was going to say doesn't make sense anymore. Jenks also has 2 assists to his name. The younger Avery Jenks playing that behind the cage role, really setting up his teammates constantly in that position.
Yep.
But right here for the Lions, the Panthers have the ball, took that timeout, maybe came up with a plan or a scheme to go into half with a little momentum. The ball will start with Richards on this near side.
All right, so like my color man Pope was saying, Richardson going to start with the ball, and he's going to go down to Cruz. Cruz going to interchange with Delgado. Goes up to Poteet. Poteet trying to roll back, but not allowing him is Fitzgerald. And Delgado, defended by Flanagan. A nice job to stay with Delgado that whole time by Mac Flanagan. 36 left to go on the game clock. And now Delgado does create some separation, hands it off. Richardson defers over to Cruz, and the ball's, or Poteet, and the ball's going to be on the ground. That's going to be picked up by the Lions and Zach Schramm. 24 left to go on the game clock. Schramm, the defender, coming down Main Street. He's going to have a shot, and a save there by Hargrove. 17 left to go on the clock. Trying to trail check there is Brady Mcguire, unable to do so. It looks like with 8 seconds to go, I think LaGrange is just content to take this ball into the half. Nope. They're going to cut to the midfield, have a pass, a shot in the ground just wide of Chilada. And that will expire the clock here on the first half, as Chilada has a clean frame there in the second. And the Lions, like we said earlier, goals, and more.
Goals.
Yeah, buddy.
Goals from everyone. More names than I can keep up with.
Yeah. And hopefully there's more of that if you're a Piedmont Lions fan here in the second half. We're going to go into the half here on the main broadcasting network with Piedmont leading LaGrange 12-2, and we'll be back in a 10-minute span. All right, welcome back to Demorest, Georgia, here at the Walker Athletic Sports Complex here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. My partner in crime tonight, as I'll call him, Nick Pope, going to read a couple stats there from the first half.
Yeah, like we mentioned, in the first quarter really didn't go as you planned for the Piedmont Lions. We only had 12 shots, and LaGrange had 10. But then the shots really is the main thing that changed. 23 shots for Piedmont resulted in all those goals coming in that second quarter, and only 6 for LaGrange. Also, the ground balls won/produced was 19 for Piedmont, only 4 for LaGrange. So even when we turned it over, we instantly turned it, won the ball back off those ground balls and all those violations and stuff for the Panthers. Panthers were plagued with those violations in that first half as well. We had a couple man-up opportunities, 5 in total. We were able to capitalize on 3 of them. So much of the same as Pannenbacker goes back to his circle. He's going to have more success there as he has won 12 of 16 so far today.
His circle is right. And there he goes, winning one back. Going to come up probably to the midfield this time, and that's going to be his Josh Hill's first win of the game. This is very important for LaGrange. If they can solve Pannenbacker a little bit, maybe they can get a little bit of possession and, start chomping down on this lead that the Lions have got. They are up by 10 right now. Oh, and a dangerous pass there, and that eludes Delgado, and I think Brady Jenks touched it, and he did. He just maybe had nicked it, and that threw it off course from Delgado. So LaGrange will take the ball. 63 left to go on the shot clock. Delgado's going to interchange with Richardson. And Mac Flanagan doing a nice job to keep up with the sophomore midfielder. And that's going to go over to Cruz. I'm sorry, that's Poteet. And a nice trail check there by Fitzgerald. Flanagan's going to get it all the way up to Zach Schramm, the long pole. He's going to get it over to Hampel. Hampel comes down. Jenks, shot, goal! Just like that, Piedmont off and running. Very nice end-to-end play once again from Piedmont. The interception and the picking up of the ground ball by Zach Schramm. Working it over to Avery Jenks. Jenks over to Hampel. Back to Jenks. And Piedmont with a goal quick here.
Yeah, and that time Jenks didn't try to get fancy. Head coach Tim Dutton probably ripped him a new one in halftime. Yep. Made sure not to get fancy in that one. Just put it top shelf. Forced a save. And the Panthers were unable to do it. Just like that within a minute. The Lions are able to score. 14-14 on the clock. Lions now up by 11 as Pannenbacker wins this one.
And that's a nice job there to use your wingers as Conor Fitzgerald's going to pick the ball up, and he's going to go all the way over to Mason Graves. And Graves going to settle it down to Brady Jenks. Jenks, a little spin move. Tried to go down to Graves instead of kind of waiting for the offense to kind of get onto the field. So LaGrange will take possession there, and this is going to be Brennan Oates. Gives it all the way across the field. That's Gibson. And now into the attacking zone. There's going to be a lot of real estate there for, I believe, that's Poteet. Poteet trying to find a man back door, but Chilada able to intercept that pass. And gives it to Graham. He's calling for the ball back, and he gets it. Chilada going to bring the defensive line up the field and give it to Jonathan Bone, who is going to find Fitzgerald in the middle. Conor Fitzgerald going to hand it off to Dylan Hampel, who's going to swing it on down to Avery Jenks. Jenks going to shimmy off to the right. Looks like he's going to, thought about going for the hat trick there, but instead pulls it out, doesn't see anybody, and is going to wait for Waters to come on. Interchanging with Graves, who goes to the bench. And Jared Brock's going to wait for Fitzgerald to switch off with Chase Goff, who comes on and then receives the pill. Goff going to dodge from midfield. He gets by Delgado very cleanly. Gives it back to Brock. Brock now to Waters. Waters dodge. He thinks about shooting. He goes down instead to Brady Jenks, and that is cake, baby. That is beautiful passing interchange by Piedmont. Not even a slide draw, and that was just such quick passing. Finds Brady Jenks back door, and that's his second tally of the game.
That might be the most casual celebration you've ever seen.
That's scoring and knowing you've been there before. They're just totally overpowering the LaGrange defense right now. And they have a short bench to Nick, too, so you can see some hands are on the hips. They're walking slowly back to the faceoff where Piedmont is normally jogging on back. I think the shortened bench is kind of getting to the Panthers right now.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Delgado doing a lot of work in that midfield for them. But we alluded to Lions have all these substitutes constantly refreshing and rotating. Panthers unable to do that as their bench is short. But like we mentioned, it's also their second year. So for the years coming for the Panthers, they're in the same region.
Yep. And, I mean, they had that really close game against Birmingham Southern where Piedmont was actually kind of derailed by, I think they beat them by 6, where they kept the game close with Birmingham Southern. So LaGrange coming on as a program. These two head coaches, both are at Huntington. Actually, head coach, I forget his name, Sewell. Brandon Sewell was actually at Huntington whenever Piedmont played, and that's a shot by Avery Jenks, which is saved by Hargrave. I was saying Sewell was an assistant coach when Piedmont lost to Huntington in the 2018 finals, and when he left to go start the program at LaGrange was when Piedmont got their USA South victory in 2019. So he has been with winning programs before, so let's see if he can turn the program around at LaGrange. Like I said, only their second year, so they will come on here as LaGrange typically has pretty good sports in the USA South overall.
Yeah, very, very quality school down there in South Georgia. Quality school. Actually derailed our soccer team. We were trying to play them. We would have won that game. We would have hosted. Instead, we lost, and our men's soccer is traveling up to Brevard, North Carolina, to play at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So if you're a Piedmont Lions fan and want to support them, you can support them from afar.
Well, a nice spin move there. I think that was St. John or Cruz that was coming off the backside. Had Graves beat, but now the ball comes out to Delgado. The first time Chilada has not been able to connect with his outlet pass. Delgado has a step on Graves. He's going to come in. He shoots just wide of Chilada. Ball picked up there by Cruz. Cruz goes up top to Poteet, and that one misses by a little bit.
A little bit. Chilada worked hard to try to get closer as well as he was falling down. Was a little unsatisfied with that as the Panthers are able to retain possession.
Yeah, tried a little Michael Phelps swim move there to get to the end line, but unable to. So LaGrange maintains possession, and it's going to be Richardson up top, and he's going to give it to St. Brown. St. Brown going to throw it over his back to Delgado. The pass does complete, a little bounce pass there. And the ball's all the way down to Jack Bryan. Bryan going on the big junior Ben Hanflin. A nice spin move to get away from Hanflin. Ball goes behind the cage. It's going to come out to Delgado. Delgado sells it out with 30 left to go on the shot clock. Defended by Mason Graves. Delgado interchanges there with Cruz and still has the ball behind the net. Defended by Graves. Nice job. Mason has his hand right on his shoulder, or I'm sorry, on his elbow, unable to really turn the corner and throws the ball haywire. And they're going to say that was actually a pass that went out. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was the shot clock right now. That's my bad. Shot clock violation. Good defense there by people, not really giving LaGrange anything good, even though there was a couple times where the defenseman got beat. But nice slides to come back, give him some assistance. And now Chilada's going to headman it up to Conor Rogers. Rogers on over to Hanfel, unable to get him. I think Hanfel was dodging a little bit towards the net. And that ball's going to go out. Josh Hill unable to pick up the ground ball, but Avery Jenks will on the reset here. Piedmont trying to get offensive personnel. They only have about 3 of the men so far on the field right now. Jervy's going to kind of settle it down with Hampel on the right-hand side here, just outside of the box. And he's going to give it to Waters, so it's going to be Hampel, Waters, and Josh Fraley up top. And now they're going to rotate down a little bit, and that's going to be Jacob Walker coming off the bench. He's going to look to dodge. Walker goes to his right, spins back. Nice defending there by LaGrange.
We're going to have a late challenge as well.
Yep, that is going to, and that could even, oh my God! Oh my God! Avery Jenks! This is just stupid what this kid can do. He's got basically Hill all over him. He's draped all over his top, has the hand almost like inside of his stick, so he can't really get 2 hands on it, and just uses that bottom hand to propel the pill to the top corner, and he just absolutely laced that ball by Hargrove. That's a hat trick for Avery Jenks, and that was a sick, twisted wrister there.
Yeah, it looked like a softball pitcher. Just that little rotate, throwing it up towards the top of the net.
Yep.
Like Emma McBrayer, one of our softball pitchers here, having an incredible season in her first season as well.
Oh, yeah, pitching for that softball team. Dang good this year. And that's going to be a violation on Pannenbacker, one of his few today. Like I said, Pannenbacker having one of his better days in the circle. They have him as losing 4 or I believe 5 draws now, but I can really only count 2. Unless there was a couple from instructions they're counting as draws. That's the only I see Pannenbacker not losing more than 2 draws. So
Yeah, that goal for Jinx is his 18th on the season, picking it up where he left off.
Yep, and
last year.
that'll lead the team. His brother Brady, the second on the team, with 16. And this ball is going to go out of bounds as it eluded. LaGrange is going to go up to Nazir Ellerby, talking about depth. Ellerby's going to give it up to Mac Flanagan. Flanagan, the freshman from Florida, just loses the ball, but Ian Parr there to pick it up. Parr, trying to find Ellerby in the middle, and Ellerby unable to handle that crisp pass from Parr. Nazir Ellerby, the junior midfielder. Seeing a couple action here from the USA South competitions. And we do have a stat that just came in. That's 100 career points for Avery Jenks. And he's certainly going to chase his brother down, as Brady, his brother, is the all-time lead in points. I don't have that stat yet for you, but Avery with 100 feathers in his cap so far. And there is going to be a penalty called on Piedmont as soon as they gain possession. Looks like it was a slash out there at midfield. Not sure who the obstruction's on. But LaGrange taking the ball down with Poteet in the middle. Poteet's going to shoot high and just goes over the cage.
A lot of whistles here, trying to get everything figured out and settled.
Yep, and that is going to be a 30-minute releasable penalty on Brady Mcguire. I think he was trail checking there, tried to get on the stick, or maybe just the hands of the LaGrange Panther was going up the field there, unable to do it cleanly. He's going to sit for 30. So LaGrange on the man up here. They're going to work it over to Brian. Brian down to, that's over to Water. Ryan back down to, I can't see these numbers. This is tough. I apologize, folks. Yeah. Ball's up to Ryan.
Have a shot.
And that's a shot. Oh, my God. That is a rip there by Terrion Delgado, the leading goal scorer with his 8th of the season for LaGrange, and they cash in on the man up. Nice working around the top of the box there for LaGrange, and they found Delgado with a little bit of daylight, and he zips it over the stick of Chilada. And that's the third goal for LaGrange today, as it is now 15-3, 7:48 left to go in the third. All right, so Pannenbacker going to, I think, maybe hang his cap up for the day, and Jacob Kipp is going to get a little time in the circle here. Kipp going to go against Jeffords. And Jacob Kipp has that face-off. Oh, almost had it one, unable to pick up the ground ball. The wingers come in, and that's going to be Graves. Is going to try and help him out there. Unable to pick up the ground ball, though. And we're going to have a push, and that is going to go LaGrange's way. Looks like Dickerson was the man that was pushed in the back there, but I couldn't make out who it was on Piedmont that did the pushing. So Delgado going to hand it off to Fuller. Now it's going to go to Fuller. That was from Richardson. And Fuller going to dodge to the right. Fuller gives it off to Delgado. A little high pass. Nice shot to jump and go get that. Delgado looking to shoot it again, and it goes a little bit off of Mason Graves, who kind of ate that shot. And Zach Chilada able to gobble that ball up. And a nice outlet pass there by Chilada. That's over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald coming on Water. Not Waters. Fuller. And the ball goes all the way down to Avery Jenks. Just recently with his 100-point. Avery looking for 101, but instead stops. Gives it off to Parr, and that's just going to be a little high. And that ball's looking to go out, but instead LaGrange is going to try and pick it up there, but not enough buy-in there from Jackson Cruz. But it is an over and back pass, so probably a smart play on Cruz's part to not go so hard after that ground ball and maybe get Riley Graham to stick check him. So
yeah, and as we mentioned, as Avery Jinks scored, got his 100th point. Now he's trailing only his brother at 139 points in program. So
look out, Brady.
Yeah, Brady, not that far ahead, but, for most people, I'd say he's far ahead. But Avery Jinks, so much talent, like you mentioned. There's no telling how far away that record is for him.
Yep. And Brady, primarily a shooter. Avery definitely a setup man, so he's going to get a lot of the points when Piedmont scores these offensive possessions. And then there's a shot by Delgado and a nice save by Chilada. Yeah, I don't. Brady doesn't have an assist yet on the year. He's got 15 goals though. But any time that there's a goal scored, Avery Jenks has a better shot than not of actually being in on the score sheet. So Avery Jenks, a do-it-all man, leading the team in goals, assists, and points so far for the Lions, and closing in on his brother Brady.
Yeah, and it's really in that position though. You see that a lot in that position. The behind the goal really sets up those unique opportunities, almost like an alley-oop, you could say, in basketball. Really just setting it up so easily to score as everyone's turned, and then you just whip it around with that one quick pass.
Yeah, the turn is very key. I mean, it's especially tough with goalies that I've talked to coming from behind the cage out top to have to track that shot. And speaking of behind the cage, there is Avery Jenks given to him by Phil Waters. Avery loses that ball. Good check by Hill, and Hill is able to get that ball in a nice little swim move and avoids the check of Jared Brock. That's Josh Hill, who's able to elude a couple Piedmont defenders, trying to get by Ian Parr. And a nice check there by Parr to win the ball. Oh, and they're going to call a little interference there, maybe on Brock, but a nice stick check there by Ian Parr.
I think they're going to call Parr.
They called Parr
late.
there?
Yeah, they called him late. After he won the ball, he gave a little shove. Like we said, little retaliation, not worth it. Either way, Riley Graham's going to pick this one up as the pass was a little errant.
Yeah, just by Cruz there. And Graham's going to find Jonathan Bone in the middle of the field, a defensive midfielder. And Bone's going to fake the pass over to Flanagan and instead goes down to Brady Mcguire, the freshman. The Marylander going to go down low and swing back up high and look for the man coming off the bench, and that's going to be Conor Rogers.
Yeah, this game's really slowed down here in this third quarter. Second quarter, we absolutely erupted. Goals from everywhere. Now it's slowed down. Lions getting everyone in this play.
So 4:31 left to go. It's going to be Anderson coming down the right-hand side. Anderson up top to Avery Jenks. He shots, but instead defers on over to Rogers. Rogers going to dodge the right, has a little bit of room on the pick from Jenks, but takes it out top. Lost a little bit of the handle on the ball there. Down below to Brady Mcguire. Different Brady behind the goal, and a nice spin move by Mcguire. Oh, and may have got a pinky toe in the crease. He would have had a goal if he didn't. Nice move by Brady Mcguire, but just unable to keep his feet outside the crease. So LaGrange will maintain possession here. That ball is going to be up, and a nice play there by Billy French to deflect the ball. Conor Rogers with a spin move. He's going to get it up to French. Piedmont has numbers. Billy French to the middle. He's going to get it down to Jenks. Jenks going to shot, and Big Ben struck three off the top of the iron. And we got another crease violation. Was that Mcguire who stepped in again, I think?
I guess it had to be. He's the only one close because it wasn't Avery, so it wasn't Jinx. Anyway, Jinx is going for that 101st point. Instead gets nothing but crossbar.
Yeah, crossbar. So Colton Dickerson bringing the ball up, and he's going to give it off to Delgado, who's going to get back to Holland, and Holland on over to Richardson. Richardson makes a nice dodge past Rogers, and a nice trail check there by Rogers to get the top of the stick there, and that's going to be ruled a pass because of the great stick work there by Conor Rogers. And Chilada, a big long pass up there to Grexa, and is he able to keep it out? He is not. Grexa unable to get that long pass. Chilada had a couple options in front of him, but wanted that home run pass to spring maybe a fast break, but unable to do so.
Yeah, and in this was a closer matchup. You would be critical of both Grexa and Chulada on those unforced errors. Those are always the worst in very close matchups, but as this one's a little out of hand, nothing too much to get upset about.
We got the ball down below, goal line extended. Delgado going all the way over to Poteet. Risky pass, but he's got it. Poteet looking to shoot. Couple lines checking him. Zach Schramm able to win the ball, but the hands wore up a little bit. And before that check, a very headsy call there. I think he saw that his man was in trouble, and the LaGrange coach able to call a timeout before that pass was, or that ground ball was picked up. So LaGrange will maintain possession with 47 seconds left in the shot clock. And we'll be back here on the Main Event Broadcasting Networks after a word from our sponsors.
All right, welcome back to the Main Event Broadcasting Network. We are late here in the third quarter. We got 2:44 left, 47 seconds left to go in the shot clock, and your home Lions up 15-3 on LaGrange.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, really since that sun went down, the Lions have absolutely dominated. But as that sun went down, so did the temperature. It's now sitting at 52. It's sitting around 60, 64 when we started. A little warmer of a day, but as the sun went away, it really got cold. By the night's end, it will be around the 48 mark, so those sticks will get ever so cold and your hands will get ever more brittle. So we have a shot rifled towards net but didn't find anything. Yeah, Panthers will retain possession, though. 32 on the shot clock.
Yeah, LaGrange has possession right now because the very smart timeout call by Brandon Sewell, the head coach for LaGrange. And as Delgado shot the ball wide. And it looks like Poteet has the ball down to the left of Chilada. Bounce shot. And the big man from Boca is going to save that every time. Little weak bounce shot there, but nice defense. It was from Ben Hamflin. It was Graham. It was Riley Graham. But Ben Hamflin has the ball up. And he's going to get it all the way up to Brady Jenks. 132 points for Brady, who doesn't give it to Avery, who's got 100. He's a little bit ahead. He's like, nah, I'm taking this, getting some points. But they high-five behind the net for good measure. Little brotherly love. And we got Josh Fraley up top here, and he's going to give it over to Dylan Hampel.
Yeah, Piedmont, really a school of siblings. There's a couple siblings here on campus.
There is. With a dangerous pass up there to Waters. That's going to be an over and back call, but instead LaGrange is going to take it there and did not wait for the reset there. That was Cruz trying to go off and running.
Quick substitute there for the Lions.
Yeah, had to get that defensive personnel off the field whenever that turnover happened so close to the midline. Oh, that ball just absolutely thrown away. Not a bad pass there from Fuller, but Delgado just unable to handle the medicine.
Yeah, one of those frustrating unforced errors again, this time for the Panthers. Gives it away. Waters then on the break.
And it's going to work behind here to Hampel. Dylan Hampel coming out Ryan and looking for Jacob Walker, and he's going to go there. A little bit of a high path, but Walker climbs the ladder and is able to get the ball, and he has a little bit of a break with Goff, but a nice job by the defensive midfielder there, Colton Dickerson, to close that room on Goff and not give Piedmont the fast break. But now Goff does have a step on him. Goff to first over to Waters. Waters rolls back, gives it to Goff. Goff can shoot from there, but instead tries to dodge. Goff with his left hand going to be swallowed up there by Hargrove. A nice save by the goaltender. And he's going to get it over to Gibson, who rolls back and finds Hargrove again. Hargrove going to look Hill's way and goes there. That's Josh Hill coming up on Dylan Hampel and gets it just high over the stick of the midfielder, Dickerson, and instead it's able to be gobbled up by Jaleel Daniels. Daniels going to stay out there. Normally a defensive midfielder looking to get off eventually, and now he will change back there as he gives the ball over to Cruz. And a nice check there by Riley Graham. We've said that a couple times today. Knocking the ball out of Cruz's hand, using his feet to get the ball over there, and Ben Hamflin comes in and cleans up the mail. And that's a nice job by that veteran group of defensive long pole for Piedmont, able to withstand that late pressure from LaGrange. A late shot on goal is saved by Hargrove. And we will go to the fourth quarter with your Piedmont Lions leading the LaGrange Panthers by a score of 15-3 here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. All right, welcome back for some fourth quarter action here. Mario D'Alessandro alongside of Nick Pope.
And got Piedmont up 15-3 here on LaGrange, here at the Walker Athletic Complex in Demorest, Georgia. As Pannenbacker's back in the circle where he has dominated today and continues that trend, as that's a nice pass off to the right there to Fitzgerald, who's going to go on down to Brady Mcguire and down to Avery Jenks. Jenks with 100 points and a hat trick today. Going to ward off his defender, give it to Ian Parr, who's going to give it off to Billy French.
Yeah, Jenks also has a couple of assists behind it for a total of 5 points.
Yeah, that's a normal day at the office for Avery. We got the line of Anderson, Rogers, and Billy French. A bunch of quick Dodgers in the presence of French and Rogers. And the big boomer here, Mikey Anderson, going to go to the right. Anderson, tried to find French cutting through the box, unable to. But Brady Mcguire able to chase that ball down and stay in play. Brady Mcguire using his strength there, muscling off the defender there, and is giving it all the way up to Billy French, who's going to give it to Mikey Anderson. And Anderson going to go again. Anderson, the big man, going to roll back, going to find Avery at the top. Unable to handle, but does give it over to Billy French. French looking to get a step. He does, and shoots it right into the chest of Hargrave, and a nice job to get his stick in front of that ball so he can trap it. And Hill's going to get it on up through the middle, and a nice check by Avery Jenks. Unable to get the ball there off of Richardson. So Richardson's able to go up and get it to Delgado. And a nice check there by Mac Flanagan on Delgado. He's been in his kitchen all day, but a nice job by Delgado to shake Flanagan there for a second. And Mac recovers. And Delgado looking to come right, and looks like they're going to have a call on Piedmont. A nice check there by Mac Flanagan. I think he's going to get a call earlier in that little scrum there with Delgado, but a nice check there to avoid Delgado shooting right from the slot. So Flanagan will sit, and LaGrange will go up one man. Or as they call it, man up.
Yeah, Hargrove there on that previous play did pick up his 18th save. So a pretty solid day, .54 save percentage for him. Well, we actually had a keeper change for the Lions as Zach Chulada went out in that quarter break.
I think that's 31. Is that Johnny Matrona, I believe, in the net? That is going to be Matrona in the cage. This man-up opportunity sees Delgado have the ball outright. He's going to give it up to Brian. Brian over to Fuller and down to Richardson. All the way over. They're looking for Delgado. He's the one that's going to start everything. And that pass just eludes his laces there. And that ball is creamed to the edge line. It's going to stop, so it's going to be a fight for the ball. Delgado's going to pick it up. He stays. I thought he stayed in bounds, but they are not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Zach Schramm able to get the junior midfielder out of bounds, and he deposits the ball all the way up the field. And that is going to be Fitzgerald with the ball. And Fitzgerald on the way to Ian Parr, who's going to lug the mail down below goal line extended. And is going to trot his way to X. And 5 seconds left to go in the man-up opportunity. So Parr will just dance around there until Piedmont can get the man on, and that's going to come in the presence of Josh Fraley. Now Parr has a step on his man, draws a slide, finds Brady Mcguire. Mcguire then goes all the way up top, and that's a shot and a save. Oh, no, just goes wide by the shot by, believe that was Jacob Walker. That was Walker, number 3. 46 left to go on the shot clock. 12:05 left to go in the game. Pass out front and just eludes Brady Mcguire, but Ian Parr able to get the ball. A shot and a nice save by Hargrove. He's played actually a very, very good game, Hargrove has. A nice save there on Parr going low to high, stick side. And Josh Hill, a nice dodge on Avery Jenks. Gets it all the way across the field to Gibson.
Big pass as well.
Oh, yeah. And the ball's going to be...
Or it's Graham.
And they're going to call hold on somebody. And I think it was Graham that seemed to be holding Poteet. And Poteet will now start with the ball.
Yeah, and a fresh reset on that shot clock as well. You have another substitute checking in for the Lions.
And that's going to be a shot and a goal by the off-stick side of Johnny Matrona, and that's 31, Jack Bryan, getting LaGrange's 4th tally of the day, down 11 with 11 left. So Zach Chulada exits the game. Johnny Matrona comes in. Chulada only giving up 3 goals, so that'll lower his goals against from what is a 9-4. Surely to get under the 9s right now for the 5th-year man. And Johnny Matrona entering the game. Matrona, sophomore from Woodstock, Georgia. I hope I got that right, Johnny. If not, you can find me where I live on Pea Ridge Road, so come get me, Johnny. All right, and that ball is going to be picked up there by Connor Fitzgerald. A nice win there by Jacob Kipp, his first of the evening. And that's Brady Mcguire going all the way down to Avery Jenks. Avery with 65 left to go on the shot clock, finds par with that little shooter sleeve on his left knee there. Not sure if it's for style, comfort, or a little bit of both. And that's Chase Goff coming in hot off the bench. Goff rolls back, defers over to Waters. Waters at the top of the box. He can still shoot from there, and he's going to elect to dodge, going to the right. Waters goes behind Avery Jenks. Nice job catching that pass a little bit out of his range. And then off to Jared Brock. Jared Brock going to try and go lefty. Dodges two defenders. He takes a shot, and that's going to be high over the cage. Mcguire chasing behind, and Jenks will take it in. Avery going to look to dodge on Josh Hill, who's been on him all night. And a nice job and a nice slide, but he finds the man almost in front, and Brady Mcguire. And once again, Brady stepping in that crease, unfortunately. Almost able to connect with Avery Jenks in the slot there. Now the ball is going to come all the way down. That's going to be number 12, Cairo Holland. And Holland loses the ball to Ben Hamflin, who stick checks it away from him, and Hamflin will take over for the Lions. Hamflin passes up the middle. A nice job to find Phil Waters by Ben Hamflin as he waves old Phil Waters onto the offensive zone. Waters going to come down the right side. Pass back door, and an easy pitch and catch there by Phil Waters to Avery Jenks. It doesn't get any easier than that, just like you said before, Nick. Business as usual there. Almost no celebration.
Piedmont goal number 1, Avery Jenks, assisted by number 42, Philip Waters.
Beautiful job. Simple plays by the Lions there, but once again, taking their defense, running it into offense. Waters running the entire field and finding Jenks back door. I don't think LaGrange was able to quite get their defense set from that offensive zone turnover.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the no celebration, it just exudes confidence. Both of those two Jenks, 139 points for the older brother, 101 now for the younger brother.
Yep.
And you're scoring and providing that many points for your team in the goal column and in the assist column for more so Avery. It's just casual in a game like this.
Yep. All right, so Jacob Kipp unable to come up with that one, and Hill will have the win there for the Panthers, and that ball is going to go behind to Poteet. Poteet defended by Zach Schramm. Gets the hands high up there, and they are going to call a foul on that. Schramm got his shaft of his long pole up around the face of Poteet. And LaGrange will have a power play or a man-up advantage once Piedmont does touch the ball, unless they do score. As Jonathan Bone checking St. Brown up there. St. Brown coming around the right-hand side and shoots it wide of Matrona. And that ball will go out of bounds, so we will start the man-up advantage. I believe they will be calling a head contact of some sort. Yeah, they're going to call actually a hold, and that will be a minute penalty, I believe, non-releasable. If I saw that correctly. Then again, my vision's like a 3 in each contact, so don't trust me there.
Yeah, holding 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds. So I got the holding, but it was 30. All right. All right, so Delgado on over to Poteet. Poteet finding Cruz down below the cage, who's going to go all the way back to Fuller. So that was Holland. 6 seconds left to go in the shot clock, and Poteet, nice defense there by Mac Flanagan, able to get the head of his stick on the ball. And the penalty is released there. So the man-up opportunity unable to be cashed in by LaGrange. So they'll have 40 seconds left to go in the shot clock. And that ball is going to start over with Fuller. Defended by Flanagan. Fuller's able to get by Flanagan, but the slide from Fitzgerald is able to let Flanagan catch up with that ball. And Mac Flanagan able to come up with the ground ball, and he exits through a sea of LaGrange Panthers. And he gets it on up to Brady Mcguire. Nice play by Mac Flanagan with the assist to Fitzgerald, who was able to come in and afford that slide, and that way Flanagan was able to get back and get his stick on the ball and able to dislodge it from the stick of the LaGrange Panther. So now Piedmont will start on the offense, and it looks like Avery Jenks' night will be done, as it's going to be Parr, Brady Mcguire, and Dylan Hampel down below as the attackmen. And we have Zach Jones into the game now, as well as Jacob Walker looking to dodge. Walker coming right, going to flip back to Jones. Jones, a senior, on over to Fraley. Josh Fraley dipsy-doodling over and pulls it out for Brady Mcguire. Brady taking it up top. It looks like he's going to look for Jones over on the left side. Zach Jones going to go up to Josh Fraley. Fraley, the big man, going to go down the right-hand side. Pressured by 2 LaGrange Panther. That's a nice stick check there by 23. That's Jaleel Daniels. And the ball is able to come up there, and a pretty hot pass to handle there for Holland. And Holland is pushed by Graves out of bounds, and they will call a flag on that. Yeah, he definitely got him from the back. Mason kind of, if he didn't push him, Holland was going to take the ball. Maybe he could have got him out a little cleaner, but instead Mason Graves with a pretty aggressive push to the back, and the correct call by the official to award LaGrange a man-up opportunity here. With 7:05 left to go in the fourth quarter, your Piedmont Lions up 12 on LaGrange.
Yeah, head coach Tim Dutton, though, in his 6th year here, has seen this a lot of times with this squad, specifically this senior set of players. So that he's rotating everyone. Everyone's getting a little playing time. And you love to see it as the team looks forward into next year as well. Already had their senior day, already rewarded those. Got a couple more home contests before they head out of here. 2 for the Lions here left at home. LaGrange and Brevard will be here at home, as well as Huntington.
And that's just a shot high there by Holland. Kind of looks at his stick. I think I got caught in the mesh there. I said when it gets cold, that mesh kind of tightens up a little bit. When it's cold and when it's wet, that's when you got to kind of adjust your laces. And that is a shot by Delgado, and he rips that high. I believe that was stick side on Johnny Matrona. Nice shot there by number 33, Terrion Delgado. He extends his team-leading goals to 10 now on this season. Delgado, the bright spot, as well as, I can't go without giving notes to Josh Hargrove, the goaltender, but Hargrove and Delgado definitely the 2 shining stars here as LaGrange gets 5 on the board here against Piedmont. And Jacob Kipp in the circle now, going against Jeffords. And Jeffords unable to win it, and that's a nice job coming in to help. That's number 27, Austin Vaughn, coming in. And the ball comes all the way down from Parr on up to Hampel. Pressured by Hill, and Hampel's going to work around a little bit as they get all the troops in line. And gives it over to Billy French. And French on over to Rogers, who brings it down to Mikey Anderson. Anderson looking to bowl his way to the net. Rolls back a little bit. Mikey Anderson finding Rogers over on the other side of the box. Rogers dodges, spins, and is unable to find anything. Nice defense there by LaGrange. Finds all the way over, and that's going to be a shot and a goal. A beautiful pass by Rogers, who had nothing going on the right side, sucked that defensive circle over to him, and Mikey Anderson was on the back door just waiting for that pass, and that is a hat trick for Anderson as he collects his 3rd Geno of the game. Piedmont goes up 17-5. So Jacob Kipp going to be in the circle again. He's going to go against Lydell Lewis.
Anderson there, goal number 5 of the season, goal number 3 of the day. So he's having him a day out here against this LaGrange College Panthers team.
Here's another opportunity. Hampel just shoots it, and that's a nice save by Hargrove. And he's going to bring the ball out, and just an errant pass there, and that's going to end up in the stick of Hampel. Hampel up close to that midline. Gets a nice pick there from Nazir Ellerby. And Hampel able to work that ball all the way around. We have 5:16 left to go in the game here. Piedmont getting on a couple new subs here.
Robert Dorian. It's the one with the ball right now.
Yeah, that's number 11.
Checked in.
And number 11, Dorian. He's going to give it over to 33. That's going to be Chase Krakowski. Krakowski, a bounce shot, and he scores! Chase Krakowski just in the game and able to deposit past the LaGrange netminder for his first of the contest. Looks like they were going a Robert Dorian, Chase Krakowski. I think J.D. Kutcha was the line out there, and that pays immediate dividends. As Krakowski able to have a nice bounce shot. That was probably about, I'd say, 5-6 feet out from the circle, the crease, and that's tough to save. When it bounces close to you, the goalie can try and normally trap it, but when it's out that far, you sometimes never know how it comes off, especially if there's a little uneven turf or turf here at Walker Athletic Complex. And Kipp able to win another draw. He's won 3 in a row now, and Jacob Kipp goes down, but there is going to be a push. Oh, they do not call the push. Instead, LaGrange is going to come up in the presence of Richardson. He's defended by Nazir Ellerby. And it looks like there will be a timeout called by LaGrange, and head coach Brandon Sewell want to settle the troops down here. And with 4:40 left to go, we have Piedmont up 18-5 here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. Welcome back for wherever you're watching, whether it's the States or up in the Great White North. I got a couple Canadian buddies listening to a broadcast, so we got Lions fans all over the continent. As Delgado's going to come to the middle, he shoots and scores. Maybe I should mention the Canadians as Delgado rips his third goal of the contest just by the stick-sided Johnny Matrona.
Yeah, like you mentioned, that has been the lone bright spot for this Panthers team. Delgado has done it all for the midfield and the attack. The Panthers have really just struggled so far. Delgado's providing everything he can. He has 3 goals, 4 total points, as he has also got an assist. That is his 10th goal of the season.
And that faceoff that's going to be controlled by Piedmont. And that's the first faceoff win today by Noah Glenzinski. As Piedmont gets their troops settled with Ian Parr behind the net. Going to be over to Brady Mcguire. I'd like to give a shout out to Mrs. Chilada over in Boca Raton gave me this nice little lacrosse neck gaiter, which I'm wearing today. So, Miss Chilada, Gina, if you're listening, thank you very much, and thank you for the food last year. I wish it was Boca Raton weather up here. I wouldn't be in a sweats and a hoodie right now.
Yeah, I'm in some shorts.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, wrong decision.
All right, Ian Parr trying to take it to the cage, but a nice check there by Hill. Able to come over the top of Parr, who chases Hargrove down, but is able to get the ball over to Hill.
Yeah, now it's in the attack as the Panthers are able to escape momentarily.
And that is Josh Hill with the ball, and he's going to give it over to Poteet. And looks like we're going to have a flag down. I think there was a little slash there on Hill by one of the Lions. And that's a nice check there as he puts him on his wallet. That was Carson Vikos. He told Poteet, take a seat and get comfy because I'm here, big boy. Carson Vikos putting him on his butt, but I think he's going to get whistled for a little violation just earlier in that possession there.
Yeah, we also had a keeper change for the LaGrange Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Hargrove came out. Christian Layton came in, freshman goalie from Terrell, Texas.
Oh, okay. Looks like Sewell's getting some players from outside the state already to come to that LaGrange program. All right, so man up opportunity for LaGrange as they're going to work it all the way around to Poteet and back up to Fuller. Fuller to Ryan and on over to Holland. Down to Delgado, back to Holland. And let's see where LaGrange, I think they're going to start with Delgado. They do. Delgado, a nice dodge, a shot, and a save by Johnny Matrona.
And that ball is going to be picked up by Grexa. Jason Grexa going to feed it on over into the middle, and that's going to be number 43, Drew Bennett.
Yeah, all even here. The man-up opportunity for the Panthers is now over as everyone's going to start to reset. 60 on the shot clock.
And 2:23 left in the game for Piedmont with possession. Can't quite run the clock out here. There's only 52 seconds left to go on the shot clock, but they will get at least one more possession for the game as it goes over in the presence of Zach Jones, who's going to find, looks like Dorian off the bench.
Yeah, instead, Jones is just going to keep it.
Oh, Jones going down Main Street. He shoots, and Big Ben struck 4 as that ball goes high into the atmosphere. Looked like Elon Musk shot a rocket off there. That ball went sky high on that shot from the senior Zach Jones. And you can hear the bench kind of trying to take him to go towards the cage, and that's Duca getting it over to Jones. A shot and a goal. I'm sorry, that's Fraley, and Big Ben struck 5. They've hit 5 posts today, Piedmont has. Oh, and a nice interception there by Jones. Jones on down, a shot. Oh, Parr can't find the back of the cage. Shot clock reset. Brady Mcguire over to Fraley. It's a shooting gallery, and a nice save there by Layton. Piedmont with all kind of opportunities there. LaGrange throwing the ball around, and Piedmont will get it back with 1:22 left to go on the game clock. Still can't officially run it out as there'll be 2 seconds left after Piedmont ends this possession.
Yeah, interesting to see. Head coach Dunton's going to tell him to hold it. If this goes to the wrong end, they're not going to be able to. Instead, they're going to.
And no over and back call there. So Brady Mcguire going to go up top to Zach Jones.
Mario, is that because there's no possession? Is that what that was?
It might have been. I'm not 100%, but you might be right.
I'm familiar with the exact rules of over and back, but that was no deflection. This pass now errant and out of bounds.
Yeah, a little high for Mcguire there. 47 seconds left to go in the game. Piedmont comfortably going to win this game, up 18-6 right now, and they will improve to 3-0 in conference play and take the top spot in the USA South. Once again, this year there's no at-large bids to the tournament, so it's all about winning your conference. So far, it looks like Piedmont handling business on this side. If they play their game, it looks like they should be able to pretty easily breeze through their side of the schedule, but you got to look on the other side, the east side of this division, and you see Pfeiffer over there, Greensboro, a couple good teams over there, so Piedmont going to need to stay fresh for the rest of this ride going down the home stretch as we have 27 seconds left to go in the game. And Josh Hill's going to get the ball. And we're going to have a whistle. Not quite sure what the obstruction was, but Brady Mcguire is going to get it. 20 left to go on the game clock. And it's going to come up all the way to Dorian. And it looks like Piedmont will just walk this ball off with Dorian. 9 seconds left to go in the game clock, and that is going to be your game. The LaGrange Panthers come into Demarest and go home unhappy as your Piedmont Lions win by the final score of 18-6 here at the Walker Athletic Complex. We're going to take a brief break just to get a little stats for you. We'll be back in just a minute. Hang with us here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. Hi, welcome back for a little post-game here. Mario D'Alessandro along with Nick Pope on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. Basically, we had Piedmont getting a little wake-up call, maybe a little issue with the sun early on. LaGrange hopped right on top of the Lions 2-0, and although a second-year program, they came out hot and looking like they were ready to go, but then Piedmont laying it on thick, and I think scored at least 6 straight in the first, if not 12 straight overall, to end that first quarter by a score of, I believe, 12-2, and yes, it was 12-2. In the second half, much more even. Actually, the rest of the way out, Piedmont only getting outscored by LaGrange. I'm sorry, Piedmont only outscoring LaGrange by 2, as it was 3-1 in the third quarter and then 3-all in the fourth, when some reserves and some backups were playing. But nonetheless, Piedmont walks away winners 16-8.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, up next for the Lions is they actually had that trip scheduled out west to the great state of Texas, but unfortunately those games got canceled. So they have a little time off. Next week will be the next time we see them on Saturday, April 10th. They will host Huntington College for their final home game of the season before they go up that next Wednesday to LaGrange and then that next Saturday to Brevard. So 3 more USA South games for the Lions before they head into the conference tournament where they're looking good. They're the 1 seed right now. If they continue to win out, they'll obviously remain there. But the big highlight today, Avery Jenks, his 100th point, and then surpassed it. I believe he got 101, maybe 102 today. So, great night for not the Lady Lions. I tried to say it all night. So used to women's soccer, women's basketball, done women's volleyball as well.
We're men. We're men.
So much you like to see for this Lions team out there. So much experience, so much youth, so much offensive power, and then Zach Chulada in the back getting saves left and right.
Yep.
But I'll let you out cue it for us.
All right. So once again, I'm Mario Delisandro alongside of Nick Pope here. Thank you for listening to this broadcast from the Main Event Broadcasting Network, and we'll see you next time.